Hey everybody, welcome back. Frank back with you again. And today is part 3 of my latest series on successful behavioral change. So just to review what we've done so far, for those of you following along at home, playing the home version of our game. Section 1 was on maintaining the proper motivation, making sure we have that internal motivation to do that change, whatever that change may be. And rather than just external, somebody forcing it upon us or circumstances and so on. And then number 2 was focusing on behavior change as a mindset change rather than just simply a change of the given behavior, whatever that might be. So again, just kind of to review what the whole point of this is, a lot of us are interested in making positive changes in our lives, especially as we get older and see some areas of marked deficiency, whether that be something in a direct behavior or just maybe an attitude change or something like that. So it could be anything from like being a more positive person all the way up to something possibly that could save your life, like quitting drugs and alcohol, and every kind of behavior change in between. So again, section 1, motivation. 2, focusing on the behavior change as a mindset change. And now number 3 is about support. So as we're trying to make the given change, whatever that be, quitting smoking, losing weight, getting healthier, or just becoming a better person, we certainly can do these things on our own. Most of us are very, very self-reliant. We have a lot of the tools, especially as we get older and we gain wisdom from our life experiences. But while we can do them on their own, it becomes substantially harder given the fact that there's a lot of support out there for us if we choose to go seek it out. So here's the point of this. Whatever change you're trying to make, seek out support. Build yourself a solid and varied support system. And I'll explain what I mean by varied here in a minute. But as far as like where you can get the support, let's take a common change that we see a lot, like quitting drinking or quitting drugs, which is kind of my field of expertise because that's the type of counseling I do for a living. So while people can and are able to quit these things on their own, there are a ton of supports available to them to assist them. Okay, there's everything from 12-step programs like AA, NA, Overeaters Anonymous, Gamblers Anonymous, Sex Addicts Anonymous, etc. Everything from that to a more informal support such as friends and family. But these are all useful tools. Why do we need them? Well, our motivation wanes throughout our lives, from day to day, month to month, week to week. You guys know about the New Year's resolutions. You wake up, I'm going to do this year. I'm really going to lose weight. And by January 3rd, you've forgotten completely about it. If you have a support system, you have a level of accountability. And some of us don't want that, frankly. Like, we don't want people asking us, how are you doing with this? How are you doing with that? We just want to be left to our own devices. But the fact of the matter is, that level of accountability is very important. Because when we feel, and I don't want to say we have somebody to answer to, when we feel like we're not doing our behavior, living our lives in a vacuum, we tend to be a little more aware of what we're doing and a little more motivated to maybe do the right things. Some of the time, not all the time. So in regard to this support system, if you're trying to quit a behavior or change a behavior, there's a ton, as I said, there's a ton of programs available to you. It seems like every church has some kind of, AA, NA meeting or something similar in their basement that they have on a weekday, like a coffee clutch type of situation. And that's available to you. But also the more informal supports, which is what I want to talk about too. So friends and family can be very valuable in this regard, okay? Now again, we don't always get along with all of our family members. I get that too. So I'm not saying just arbitrary family members. They have to be people that you can trust, that you think are dependable. Because here's the thing, your support system needs to be dependable. Okay, a support system is only as good as if you can reach the people. If you're struggling, if you're having a bad day, and you feel like you need that extra push to keep up with your behavior change, it's somebody I can call that I can rely on. Okay? And the second part of that too is the sober support system is only as good as if you're willing to use it. Okay, you could have 20 phone numbers on a piece of paper to call when you're struggling, but if you don't use them, they're no good to you at all. So that's the key to the whole thing. I'm going to keep this brief today. Okay, so again, if you're trying to keep up with whatever behavioral change that is, okay, build a strong and varied support system. You don't want people from all family members or all people from church, or you want people from each arena, so you could have, wherever you go, you would have a sense of support. So I hope that helps you today. I'm glad you were with me. Check out all my videos on YouTube. I'm going to try to include the link again if I remember when I post this. We'll have one more section on this. This will be number 4 that I'm going to be doing next week. And then after that, I'm going to start a whole new series, which I'm really looking forward to. So thanks for being with me, everybody, and take care. See you soon.